Today's video conference is brought to you in partnership by Clean Power Alliance and the Filipino American Chamber of Commerce, South Bay, Los Angeles area.
Hello, everyone. It's a beautiful Friday afternoon, and here with me today are co-board of directors of the Philippine American Chamber of Commerce of South Bay, Los Angeles area. With me is Kat and Eva. Say hello.
Hi, Janice. Hi, Rose. Hi, everyone.
Yes, and Rose Pasquel. This has been a good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon to you, ladies. And good afternoon to all of you who are watching us today. And thank you so much for giving us an hour of your time on a busy Friday afternoon. And today we have a very special offering for you. Not only is Rose a board of director, our vice president of Ways and Means in our chamber, she is also a few things. She wears a ton of hats. She is a Zumba instructor. She is also a member of our Regal Real Estate and Financial Services as a broker associate. And today she will be presenting to us her passion, the Colonial Life benefits. And she is a benefit specialist, and she has been enrolling so many businesses here in Southern California as well as outside of California for their special benefits outside of what you normally would have if you would have to do it yourself. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you Ms. Rose Pasquel.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you, FACC SLAA, for sponsoring this event today. Welcome to my friends, viewers, my family, my clients, my everyone that I've helped and want to continue to help.
I'm sure you have touched so many lives with your many years of serialpreneurship, is what they call you, right?
Yes, that is true.
So many businesses. And for a moment there, you and I really met a long ways ago doing our real estate transactions.
That's right.
And so we, over time, everybody turns into something better than they were in before. And I think you really found where your passion is, right? You really found what you love doing, as well as helping more people. So tell us about this.
Sure. We've had a long history together, and over the past couple decades, a lot of things have happened economically, financially, personally. Actually, we had to reinvent ourselves, right? Especially as business owners. If you don't change with the times, there's no way we can all stay in business. So we've been able to adapt, to change, to pivot, whatever we can do to stay in business and to help others. This is a very good example in today's economy with COVID. Who knew that was going to happen? So I'm proud to say that because of technology and the company Colonial, they are very high tech, and they were able to pivot immediately so we can still continue to run business and help our clients.
I'm pretty sure it was Colonial Life to the rescue for most of these businesses that you helped, right?
Absolutely. I have clients now. Hopefully, they're viewing right now that I've helped in the past. They've been thankful and grateful that I sat down with them, explained all the benefits they have and how to use them and how to file a claim. And actually, unfortunately, we've had to file claims, especially in today's environment. Disability has been very popular. Who knew they were going to be off work, right? People have accidents. People have illnesses. Women get pregnant. So we cover things like that too. No matter what, we're here to make sure supplement your health insurance and your income in between all those changes in our life.
So you're essentially the when life happens type of service.
Absolutely.
So that's fun. Hey, Rose, maybe you can give us a history or a description of who
Sure.
Colonial Life, and how do they compare to the other insurance companies out there?
I'm happy to do so. So I actually made a brief talking point. So who is Colonial? Colonial is a pioneer in supplemental benefits. When you see the video, the 2-minute video I'm going to show next, it'll kind of explain that part more. We've been around for more than 81 years. We are 3-in-1. We are not only the carrier, we're also an enrollment company and a benefit solutions company. So we are very broker friendly. So we do not want to compete with brokers or other carriers out there. We want to be your partner. We want to team up with you because we all have the same goal, is to help our clients, right? What do we offer? Again, supplemental benefits. It's named a few different things. It's voluntary benefits, what is that called? Anyways, some of the benefits are like an accident plan, a disability plan, critical illness, cancer, supplement health, like a hospital plan, a couple of types of life insurance, and a dental PPO and vision plan. So we offer everything except health insurance, but our plans are intended to help supplement your health insurance, whether you have it or not. And for those that are on Medi-Cal, we still have plans that we can help you with that will not disqualify you from Medi-Cal. Where can you obtain Colonial? Well, the good thing is, besides going through me, you can go through your employer. If your employer doesn't offer it now, you can connect me to your employer if you're not the business owner, and I can show them how they can be able to offer these big benefits. Doesn't matter what size of business they are. As far as qualifying for a business, they should have at least 3 eligible employees that are on payroll. It could be W-2 or 1099, and there is no participation requirement. Now, the bigger the business, the more benefits we can offer. In fact, we have a lot of what we call complementary benefits above and beyond the other voluntary benefits that we already offer, and it's completely free. What's been very popular right now is telemedicine. Nobody wants to go to doctor or the ER or the urgent care right now, right? But we have a program that you can do a telemedicine and just pay a flat copay, and it's done over the phone. So that's been very popular. We're giving a free $10,000 accidental death and death life insurance just for having any of the plans, with or without participation. So we want to be able to empower with you these other benefits, because what one of our mottos is expect the unexpected. And this COVID thing that happened today was definitely the unexpected. And we were right there to help our clients.
Hey, Rose, we've got
Yes.
some of the fans online with us. I'm going to
Great.
show that. This is Mario Danisha, and he's a client of yours, and very, very happy that you introduced him to Colonial Life. Oh, I have a question from Miss Agnes Aquino. Is Colonial owned by Bankers Life? Can you answer that for us?
No, they are not affiliated with Bankers Life. Bankers Life is affiliated with Colonial Penn. We are Colonial Life and Accident Insurance Company. Thank you for asking. We do get confused with that.
Yeah, in that.
And thank you, Mario. Thank you for joining today.
How is life insurance different from the insurance that you offer?
One more time.
How is the regular life insurance or the insurance that are given to us by our employers different from the services or the terms or the products that you offer?
That is a great question. Yes, a lot of employers do offer a free life insurance or a company sponsored plan. However, they are not portable. So if you leave the company, you're out of life insurance. But you still have bills to pay. You still have a family to support. So you need to have life insurance throughout our life. So what's good about our plans is, even though you get it through the employer, they are all portable. You can keep the plan and you get to keep the same rate. No matter what your health or your age is at the time you leave, the rate will stay the same. It's also a lot easier to get it through the employer as far as Colonial, because a lot of it could be possibly guaranteed issue, meaning there's no medical exam, there's no blood, there's no urine, there's not a lot of requirements, because we're going through a company. So we make it a lot easier for you. We realize if I happen to have a client that is a casino or a hospital. There might be hundreds and thousands of employees. It's going to be very difficult to take blood and urine for that many employees, correct? So we keep it simple and we don't require any of that. Did that answer your question?
Thank you.
Great.
I do have a question because you mentioned that if you lose your job or if you quit the job, it's portable, so it comes to you. Do you have to then go to your new job and say, I have Colonial, or is this just between the individual and Colonial?
There's two ways that we can do this. So let's say you had Colonial, you left that job and you went to another job. That other job happens to have Colonial. We can make a new payroll deduction basically from the new job. How about if you go to another job that doesn't have Colonial? That's okay. We can request a direct billing and you can pay it out of your checking account or a credit card and keep the same rate, which is excellent.
Okay, so your rate basically stays the same from the minute you sign on.
That is correct.
And it doesn't compete with other employees or employers' medical insurance. So say my company supplement. Okay.
We supplement. It pays you above and beyond whatever else you have, and they write the check directly to you. They do not write it to your provider. If you have Kaiser, if you have Blue Cross, if you have Anthem, we don't write the check to them. We write the check to you. In fact, I'm going to use Mario as an example. If you don't mind, Mario, I'm going to use you as an example. He works at LAX at one of the larger airlines, and he happened to have to be on disability at this time, which is actually a good thing because he might have had to be reduced hours anyhow. So he's able to have his medical issue taken care of, and he's able to collect his disability from Colonial on top of the state of California. So he's got two incomes coming from the state and coming from Colonial. Then he asked me yesterday, Rose, I'm trying to get my disability needs to be extended. Will this disqualify me from getting more benefits? I said no, because the disability from Colonial is not earnings, it's not wages, it's a benefit. You paid a premium to protect your income. So therefore, you're still eligible for your disability. Thank you, Mario, for letting me use you as a testimony. He just happened to come yesterday.
Here's a note from Mario. He says, coronavirus, if I didn't get Colonial, I would be very much in debt. Thankfully, Rose presented Colonial Life last year in 2019 and was covered in 2020. See, he got Colonial and he is your testimonial, Rose. And thank you so much for that. And here's the $1 million question for the people that are with the Filipino American Chamber of Commerce. Most of them are self-employed. How is that, going to affect their eligibility for the Colonial Life products?
That's fine. Again, we can help you whether you are 1099 or W-2. Of course, you have to have a valid Social Security number or EIN. What was the other question? And we even can offer this to nonprofit organizations. In fact, I'm hoping that FACC, that we are able to offer this to all our FACC members in the near future. And we're working on that. That way they can also have these extra benefits available. So, because they're affordable and they're a lot easier to obtain than traditional insurance outside of work.
Well, that was a big news right there. There you go. Members of the Filipino American Chamber of Commerce of South Los Angeles area. This is in the works right now. And we are going to be talking about how we're going to make it available for you as members. Because, again, the Filipino American Chamber of Commerce, if you don't know yet, is a legitimate business, although nonprofit. Actually, we are for-profit. We just have our foundation for the nonprofit side of it. But we are here to support our business entrepreneurs and business owners. And so if this is something that we could do to help you out to get qualified and eligible for these services, might as well. We're all for that. Right, Rose?
That's right. Absolutely.
For the other chambers as well, too. So this is something that, again, will be put on the table, and then we will present it to our members as soon as we get something that is concrete. And we can send it out through their emails or through broadcasts like this one.
Absolutely. So now let's say they are 1099. The only difference really basically is they're going to have it uh, deducted or billed post-tax versus pre-tax. So when a business does a pre-tax benefit, it reduces their payroll taxes, therefore reduces their workers' comp, and they get to offer it at no direct cost to the employer since it's a voluntary benefit. So it's definitely a win-win for the employer to be able to offer these benefits. It's going to help them attract and retain quality employees, right?
Right. Is it only for disabilities? How about accidental death and dismemberment?
One more time,
Is
it's
it only
unclear.
for disability, or is it also for accidental death and dismemberment?
We have several plans. We do have only an accidental death and disability. In fact, I can give that to most employers free if they have a minimum of 10 employees. We have a term life insurance that have different terms, 10, 15, 20, and 30 years. We have a whole life plan that's a guaranteed issue as well. We have an accident plan that covers you on or off the job. And then the disability plan covers you accident, sickness, and maternity for women. So if you have more than one plan with Colonial and you fit the criteria, you file a claim, you can actually double dip, triple dip, quadruple dip because you are paying a premium for each benefit on top of the state of California. So no matter what, you have income coming in. Because if you cannot work, do your bills stop coming? They do not. We got COVID. All of a sudden, we have no work. We still have bills. So this is exactly what's intended for, to supplement your health insurance and supplement your income when you need it.
Wow, that's nice. Now, when you were listing all of the different types
Benefits.
of benefits, I also noticed when I was reading the packet that you have dental. And I
Yes, I
remember at
do.
one time you were telling me that Doc Alone Carson Dental Care accepts Colonial. How does that all work when it comes to dental? Because
Sure. I personally have the dental plan. It is a dental PPO. It has a $2,000 allowance, which is very generous. It even has a rollover benefit. And Dr. Alani, which is our resident dentist, she happens to be in network. So when you're in network, it's even a bigger discount. So it is a PPO. Therefore, if you go out of network, they'll still cover you. However, of course, the benefit amount could be reduced or the percentage. Um, the rollover benefit, as I was saying, that is included in the PPO, which is also very unique, unlike other dental plans. The longer you have the plan, you could potentially have that $2,000 roll over a certain amount every year, a maximum of 3,600. So let's say this year you didn't use up your whole 2,000 and you still have some left over. They'll allow you to roll over a portion of it into the following year. So maybe you need a major work, root canal or braces or something like that. And it's not an emergency. You wait this year, don't get it done. Just do your preventive services, which is teeth cleaning and checkup. That's free. That way you have more benefits for the following year and get some of your work done then. Isn't that a great idea? Just like a car, right? You lift up the engine and they tell you you need this, you need that, you need this, you need that. But do I need it all right now, Mr. Mechanic? I can't afford to do that right now. So the same thing with your teeth. Have Dr. Alani check it out. She's going to tell you what you need and what you can wait if you don't need to do it right now, so you can use more benefits into the following plan year.
She said, thank you for plugging her in. She's a happy customer of yours as well.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Alani, for watching. And thank you for being a part of our broadcast today. Thank you for being Miss Rose's client. And thank you for being our board of directors. So
And all her employees too.
yes.
Dr. Alani's all of her staff, yes. They were able to all get $10,000 accidental death and life insurance, whether they enrolled in any of the benefits or not. But obviously, when I had the opportunity to explain how important these benefits were, it was a no-brainer that they enrolled in something based on their needs and their budget, of course.
Is there a blood test or a medical test that would be conducted with, say, for example, just your term life or your whole life policies?
Not at all. There is a 12-month pre-existing clause. So I'm going to use a young lady, for example. So let's say it's July now. She enrolls into something, and August 1st, it's effective. If she delivers the baby within 9 months, then obviously it was pre-existing. So it will exclude that particular issue. But how about if she had an accident on August 1st or a different type of disability for something that was not a pre-existing, they would still cover her. Again, no medical exam, no blood or urine. There are a few medical questions, but they're the basic stuff. The things that are going to, I guess you call it, deal breakers are going to be cancer and AIDS, obviously. But other than that, it's very flexible. In fact, it's easier to get disability through work than outside of work because the chances of you filing a disability claim, especially in the state of California, is very high. So it's easier to get, hard to get disability than it is life insurance here in California, believe it or not.
Can it only
Because the
be,
risk is very high.
can the policies only pertain to the business owners and the employees or their families too?
You can have the entire family. Let's say you had the accident plan and you have you, your spouse, and your children, and God forbid you had an accident and each of you had an injury. Each of you would file a claim and each of you would receive benefits. And here's a funny thing about that. So, Janice, you're the employer. You enroll your spouse and your children. God forbid, all you have an accident, each of you have an injury. Lucky you, you are the employer, so all the checks are payable to you because you are the owner of the policy. So, I mean, if you're paying for the health insurance anyway, why not get the check? Because you're going to need that to pay for out-of-pocket expenses, right? So just like car insurance, if you have a car wreck, you still have to pay deductible. They're not going to fix your car for free. Same thing with health insurance. So that's what we're intended for, to help you pay your co-pays and deductibles. So let Colonial pay for it. Why take it out of your vacation pay or your out-of-pocket or your savings, right? That's what it's intended for.
Great, great. Hey, Kat, do you think this is a good time for us to play the video that she's got?
Yes, please.
Yes, quickly share the. Okay.
It's only a 2-minute video, guys. Please listen to it. It will explain a lot.
Yes, give me 1 second.
Any other questions, just type it in the chat bar and they'll address it.
Income protection, financial protection, supplemental insurance, paycheck insurance. Any of these terms seem familiar? No? Don't worry, you're not alone. Many people are confused by the whirlwind of jargon bouncing around the insurance world. So let's make it simple. You see, all these terms are just other ways of describing voluntary benefit. And voluntary benefits are how many businesses stretch their budget and expand their benefit offerings. That's important because benefits are a major reason employees choose to work where they do. So when you offer voluntary benefits like accident insurance, cancer insurance, critical illness, or even dental and vision insurance, that can make your business look really good to potential employees. And even better, because when employees get sick or injured, voluntary benefits can help them pay for things other insurance may not, such as deductibles and co-pays, as well as medical travel and household bills. That can give them quite a sense of security. And when your employees feel secure in their benefits, you may notice they're more motivated, engaged, and productive. So don't let a few confusing words get in the way of everything voluntary benefits can offer. Contact your Colonial Life rep for some plain talk about how voluntary benefits can help you and your team.
All right. Well, that was
Thank
a very video, short but sweet,
Good.
straight to the point.
Got to the point, right?
some questions for Rose?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Am I muted? I said, did you have some questions for Rose?
Oh, yes, I actually saw in the commercial, there was one term, I think it said paycheck. I don't know what it was exactly, Rose, but is that something that you've already touched upon?
Yes, we call disability paycheck protection. It's
Okay.
protecting your paycheck, right?
Yes,
It's ensuring your paycheck. That's why we call it paycheck protection.
I see.
Absolutely.
Well, what about the commission earners, like say the 1099? How can a paycheck protection help?
Well, it's basically disability. The 1099 people, I mean, they can also get sick, have an accident, or they go on maternity. So they still need funds in between, right? So self-employed people, which are 1099 people, file taxes a certain way. So we have to actually make sure that our tax person files SDI for us. Did you know that the state of California is one of the few states in the entire country that even offer state disability? So that means if you live outside of California and they don't have state disability, if you got hurt, if you got sick and you went on maternity leave, you have zero income. So we're lucky here in the state of California. It's a mandatory uh, benefit on your paycheck. It's going to be part of your taxes, Medicare, FICA, etc. It's going to be called SDI, state disability insurance. Um, that's the good news. The bad news is it's only going to pay approximately 50 to 55% of your gross income. Can you live on 50% of your gross income? Very difficult. So that's why you would want to protect your paycheck and have a disability plan to
And
supplement that income.
I know that you said it's portable, but can I take it out of state?
Yes, you can.
Colonial, okay.
Yes, you
Okay.
can. Both of
Wow.
my daughters live in New York. They started the plan when they were here in California. They moved, they did a change of dress, no change, and they get to keep the same rate.
Same rates
That's right.
until you sign.
The accident, yeah, the accident plan. You went on vacation to Hawaii, Cancun, Vegas, to the Philippines. You had an accident. It's the worldwide, which is also unique. It's international coverage, except for some prohibited countries, which obviously would be something like the Middle East. But that's for any insurance company. That's pretty common.
Okay, one question about the cancer
Yes.
insurance. Um, if you previously had cancer, are can you sign up for it, or is that one of those pre-existing, you have to be in remission for a year sort of thing?
Okay, so it depends. So we have a few different plans. Again, it depends on the company. What's good about Colonial is we're flexible and we can negotiate. So, for example, if we have a large enough group, and because of the demographics, they might be a little older, so their health risk might a little bit uh, be riskier. We can request a guaranteed issue plan for most implants, including cancer, and they will not even ask any questions. Um, so yes, it is very possible. In fact, the whole life plan, a lot of people get that because there's a guaranteed issue amount that anyone can apply for, even if they have a pre-existing today, they'll still cover them.
Okay.
What
So
type
that's we make it very easy.
for self-employed? What type of documentations would you need when you are, say, qualifying a corporation or the employees of that corporation?
Basically, we just request your tax ID number, the one that you use for when you file your tax, and Colonial does everything else. You don't have to lie to me because they're going to be able to verify it. I don't. You don't have to show me your driver's. You don't have to show me your corporation's papers. You give me your tax ID along with an authorization. Colonial will verify it. They approve it and say, "Here, now you are able to offer these benefits to yourself, your employees, and your family."
That's quite easy because a lot
Yes, it
of
is.
times people are afraid to ask these questions or to ask for eligibility because they may not have all the documentations. Just like when people apply for PPP, some of them are holding back on applying because they're afraid
Right.
what documentations are going to be
That they
needed.
don't qualify. Sure.
Exactly. But with yours, it's just, your TIN and maybe Social Security, and then
That's correct.
all the work, right? We like that. We like
That is correct.
Yeah.
That's correct. We're very high tech, especially with COVID now. We don't even want to put anything in the mail. So best thing to do is everything do online. Claim process. Again, I have a lot of the plans myself. I file a claim. I can get a check direct deposit within 48 hours.
Wow, that's pretty fast.
That's fast.
I also wanted to mention most of our benefits have a health screening benefit. That means we're going to pay you just for doing your physical, which you should be doing every year anyway, which is free, right? So if you have health insurance, it's free. You're going to get your physical, you're going to get your blood test, your glucose, your pap smear, your mammogram, whatever it is. Anyway, just like a oil change and tune-up, especially for men. They're real bad about getting checkups, but they make sure they get an oil change and a tune-up, right? So we should be doing that for ourselves. We're going to pay you every year just for doing your physical. For example, on the accident plan, you did not have an accident, but you did do your wellness screening. Women get $200 for doing their mammogram, and I get additional $50 for doing any other type of wellness that's on the list. Again, it could be a pap smear, blood test, glucose. There's a whole list of like 20 different health screening benefits, because depending on your age, the doctor will say, oh, this year you need this year you need that, correct? But if you do one of those things on the list, you'll get paid out. So let's say you have more than one plan. The cancer plan has a health screening benefit. The critical illness plan has screening benefit. The hospital plan, the accident plan has all screening benefits. You have 3 different plans. You're paying for 4 different premiums. You did one PAP, one mammogram. You're going to get paid out 4 times. So basically, it'll practically pay for itself. And for the men that they're employees, it's almost better for them to include their spouse, because they don't do mammogram, but their wife does. So their wife gets the 200, the husband gets maybe the 50, the 75, or the $100, but the wife is the one getting the mammogram, right? So it's cheaper for him to add his wife on the plan, because how about if you do have an accident in the same car? It would be kind of unfair. Your husband collects a benefit and the wife gets hurt and she doesn't get anything. So guys, don't do that. Be fair. Get it for the entire family. It's for your own sake.
What would a standard price point be as premium?
Very affordable. So depending on your payroll cycle, we could have it deducted per paycheck. It's whether it's monthly, bi-monthly, semi-monthly, or annual. For example, someone that gets the accident plan is like $12 per paycheck. But the women are going to get $250 a year just for doing a physical. So it practically paid for itself, right? The life insurance, it can be as little as $3. So of course, the younger, the cheaper, just like everything else in life, right? The younger, the better. So get it while you're young and healthy. Don't procrastinate. But at least once you do it, you lock in your rate and it's permanent, unless you make a change, of course. And what we do is we do an annual checkup, like a tune-up. We call it an open enrollment. So if we start an open enrollment here for the month of July, by next year, we're going to be visiting you again, because life happens. Maybe you had a birth, a divorce, a death, disability, etc. So things happen in between. So we want to make sure everybody's protected at all times.
Okay, so I know that my employer does not carry Colonial. I want it. I can't convince my job to get it. Can I just come to you?
We can work around that. Yeah. So that's a good example. So now it would be nice if you can somehow introduce me to the person, the decision maker in your company. And if they see the benefits, that it's no cost to the employer anyhow, and depending on how large your company is or how many employees, I can offer some other complementary benefits. We have a student loan assistance. We have a credit armor. We have the telemedicine. We have the accidental death and dismemberment. So we have other benefits that they would be eligible to receive complimentary just for giving us the opportunity to introduce Colonial to their staff. It's at no cost to them. So why not? And again, they have that pre-tax advantage. If they deduct it through work pre-tax, it's reducing the payroll taxes, therefore reducing their workers' comp. And the pre-tax savings to the employee, it hardly affects their paycheck. They won't even miss it.
How does Colonial Life compare to, say, Aflac?
Very good question. First of all, we pioneered the payroll deduction in benefits. We introduced that. We've been around longer than Aflac. They spend their money on marketing and the duck, whereas we spend our money on products and technology. When COVID happened in March, they did not have the technology that we had in order to pivot and do virtual. We already had a national enrollment team in place that were able to help our customers virtually immediately. And Aflac did not have that. Aflac cannot negotiate their rates, their products. They can't even talk to their underwriters. We can do all that. And I have a whole team. Aflac agents, they wear too many hats that it's hard for them to manage their book of business. I have a whole team with me. So you work with me, but then when there's a billing problem or there's customer service, that I have a team that will help you and hold your hand through that. I can use Dr. Alaning again as an example for that. Dr. Alaning is great, but she does, not only is she doing dentistry, she's doing her own books, she's doing her own payroll. She might even be doing cleaning her own toilets for Dr. Alaning. So she's laughing because it's probably true.
Do the same thing.
Right? I mean, as business owners, we have to do everything, right? So she can get to the billing. That's probably last on her plate of things that she needs to do. I had my coordinator, Amy, contact her, walk her through the system so that way she never misses a payment, so they never lapse a policy. So make sure the whole account and all their employees are always in place and protected. So I didn't have to get involved in that. I just called my coordinator to do that. So it's easy. Where Aflac, I know they can't do that. They've got to handle all that. So that's why as far as servicing, much better. We're bigger and better.
That's great. Okay, we got a viewer question. He says,
yes.
Can a diabetic who had a stroke before or in the past still be insurable with Colonial Life?
On the whole life guaranteed issue plan, yes, you can. The answer is yes.
That's great. And even if that person is also self-employed and has their own company?
Yes.
Would it matter if it's a sole proprietor or a corporation?
It could be sole prop, it could be LLC, etc. I've done a real estate company. They're all 1099. They're all independent contractors even.
Yeah.
Sure.
We have another question, and it says, do men get a payment for doing a physical too?
Absolutely. You just don't get a mammogram, but men get blood tests, glucose tests, they get EKGs.
They can have a prostate check, right? Because of the high the incidence of prostate cancer among men.
If the doctor prescribes it, then yes, definitely. If it's something the doctor recommends, because they have a family history possibly, so then that would be eligible.
As a nurse, I'm just gonna say, with or without the Colonial Life paying you to go do your wellness check, please do it. Please do your checks, right?
Right.
Your yearly or annual checks. Please do that even without anybody having to pay you, because it's your health and it's your life.
That's right.
So this is just a disclaimer. We're not asking you to join Colonial Life so that you can get this done, so you can get paid to get this done.
Right.
It is something that you really need to do because It is important, and it's for yourself and for your family. Right, Rose?
That's right. Early detection, you have a better chance of recovery, right, guys?
Yes, yes. So
That's why you pay to do so.
tell us an example of how Colonial Life helped maybe a company during COVID.
Sure. Well, I would say most recent would probably Dr. Oleni's office because we started her enrollment in the month of March, right before the lockdown.
What a
So,
great timing, huh? The timing could have been better. Go ahead, Rose. Sorry to
okay,
interrupt.
okay. So we were able to go in there. We were able to enroll everybody. Everybody got the $10,000 accidental death and life insurance. That was a given, along with anything else that they enrolled in. Come April 1st, she had to pretty much shut down and lay off everybody, right? Her employees end up contacting me directly, and they wanted to keep their plans because they understood how important it is. So what we did is we kept the policies in place, and we even moved her billing 30 days later. So instead of a 4-1, we did still do a 4-1 effective date. Instead of a 5-1, what is that, billing, we pushed it out to June, and we still covered them. If you get health insurance, if you get car insurance, if you get any type of insurance, who's going to cover you without you making one payment? Colonial does.
That's true because our office, real estate and Regal Real Estate and Financial Services, offers those rows, right? And
Right.
with the regular term insurance, you miss a month, that's it, unless it
That's
is
right.
the Index Universal Life policy. And if you have a balance that's there, not balance,
Right.
but if you have funds there, then it would cover you, but not a regular term. Normally, those get, you get a notice in the mail right away. And if you don't pay up, then you no longer have policy. And if you want to restart and have another
That's
policy,
right.
you have to start over again. You cannot keep the policy that you have in the past. So I've had, several of my clients come
So
back
you
to me.
know,
Yes, they skipped a couple of payments, and now they want to reissue the policy and
reinstate. It's
reinstate
very
it.
difficult, right?
Mm-hmm.
So during this COVID, Colonial, they even stepped up and was not lapsing any policies intentionally because we were afraid just in case they did get COVID or have some other issue. It's not fair. They've been paying into it for years, and all of a sudden they can't file a claim. That would be bad. So we made sure we did not lapse policies, especially during this time, because that's when you need it the most. You want to make sure you have that extra protection, right?
That's true. Kat, any questions on your end? You are.
You're
No,
muted.
I'm actually just processing everything she was saying and thinking about COVID and how this would have benefited our family because
Yes.
we some of us have lost our jobs through it all. And I'm
Correct.
thinking if we had known about Colonial, we could have filed for this. So
That's correct.
Well, see, now is a good time to apply as well.
Yeah.
Too. You know what? We're coming into the flu season. Lord knows how it's going to look like with COVID plus the regular flu. And yes, it could be just regular flu, but then they could coexist in your body. One is a bacterial infection, but the other one could be a viral infection. This is not a good time to be not have coverage or not have a health benefit because it could happen, and this is one of those when life happens sort of thing. And the problem, not a problem, but the fact of the matter is this is in front of our faces. So if we're not in any way protecting ourselves and our family, just think of the repercussions of that. Just think of what's going to happen. We can lose everything. The most important wealth is our health. So
That's right.
you need it. Actually, with insurance policies such as this one, any insurance policy, you really invest when it's not, if you don't need it yet, when it's not yet needed yet. You're just
Right.
thinking of it. If you're thinking of it as an expense, ladies and gentlemen, you are very wrong about that. Insurance policies are insurance policies. That is for when things happen to you. And these are the times that you least expect it most. I mean, who would have thought COVID would hit 2020
That's
like it
right.
is now, right? So this is one of the reasons why we have people like Rose to come on our broadcast so that you, as a business person, entrepreneur, whether you have a small business, mid-scale business, or a large corporation, you are not exempt from getting policies that benefit you and your employees. Your employees are also your assets in a company, especially if they're the ones that are running your day-to-day activities. You could be an owner and you could be at home, but the business has to stay afloat. And if your employees are not covered, they're not going to stay. If your employees are benefited and they know that they are being cared for by the company that they work for, they're going to stick with you and stay with you. So this is one of those reasons how you can keep your employees, especially the good ones, because at the end of the day, each one fends for themselves, right? Each one wants to be sure that they're not going to lose something at the end of the day. And imagine losing a job at times like this. So if you have Colonial Life or something like that in place, you would worry less. I'm not saying you're not going to worry at all, but you're going to worry less. Like Rose said, life may stop sometimes, but your bills don't stop coming. So
That's right.
unless you're gonna,
Ex-
pack up and move to the boondocks, plant your own, backyard with all the things that you need in life. But even then, I think that you should still be covered. So, Rose, any other matters that we forgot to discuss?
Yes, I would like to share with you a little survey that we had by an independent customer satisfaction survey by the National Association of Insurance Commissioners. In 2019, Colonial made more than 1 million in claim payments, totaling approximately 750 million in benefits. The first quarter alone, results from random samplings of Colonial Life customers who filed claims for accident, disability, special risk, which is what would be like a critical illness, cancer, heart attack, stroke, etc., and hospital plans. And they've showed strong results in claims and submissions and the speed of approval and communications. Like I said, I have the plans. When I file a claim, I get a direct deposit within 24 to 48 hours. Like, let me help you do that because I know the claim process. I can help you. I can help you with that. Um, expect the unexpected, and it's better to have it than not need it than not have it. That's my advice to all of you.
All right, that's a really, really important piece of advice, I should say. Kat, you have anything for Miss Rose?
Sorry, I keep forgetting to unmute. No, I said there's just so much information that I'm trying to process, but
Sure.
I do have a question with the price points. How do you determine how much it costs?
So it is based on your age,
Okay.
and it's going to be based on the benefit amount. For example, the disability, it's going to be based on your gross income, and then you have a percentage that you can apply for. So let's say someone that's making $5,000 a month is going to have a different disability option than someone that's making $10,000 a month. So it is personal. So that's why we have an enrollment team to come visit you. We visit you one on one based on your needs and your budget. We can price point it.
And then it just amazes me that the price stays the same as
Yes.
until. So I
Unless
guess that.
unless you make a change in the future, like you're single now, so I don't need life insurance this year. This year, you think next year you're gonna have a baby. Oh, now I need life insurance, or I should have had that disability. Then, of course, it's based on the benefits that you enroll at, and you can change it. Like that's why we come every year. Someone starts out with maybe a $500 plan for disability. Oh, next year I think I might start a family. So you need to increase that to 1,000 or 1,500 now. That way by next year you have those benefits available.
And then you can add people as well, like
Yes,
start a
yes.
family.
That's why we do an annual open enrollment to make those type of changes. So that's the only time it's going to change is if you request a change because you added a family member, you removed a family member, you increased your benefit. Other than that, it's going to stay the same.
Do they take into consideration if you're an independent contractor and you're not making as much as a big company?
Right. So it'll be based on whatever income that you claim.
Okay.
We will adjust.
You mentioned about open enrollment, and me as a health insurance enroller for Cover California and private
Right.
plans. Do you also have open enrollments for Colonial Life?
Our open enrollment is year round. We are busiest during traditional open enrollment, which is the last quarter of the year. So we can have it included as part of your health insurance open enrollment, where we can come in as the actual enrollment company and also enroll all the health insurance as well. So you have an enrollment team. So for example, if you have a big company, I have a lot of casinos that I work with. Might change now because of COVID. They've got thousands of employees and they only have, maybe 5 people in their human resources department. It's going to be impossible for them to enroll 3,000 employees in 1 week, right? So they hire Colonial Enrollment Team. We practically do it for free. We partner up with their broker who's doing the health insurance. That could be you, Janice, for example. And they're basically getting enrollment services without having to hire uh, a Kaiser or a Health Net or whatever. They have us by presenting their core benefits, which is medical, dental, vision, along aside to we kind of what we do is um, we complement whatever they have. We're not replacing it. We complement it. That way we can have it done all together at the same time. And we also have the technology to do so. So let's say we have our own technology, our own software to do just the Colonial. Maybe that company has their own software. So we can plug in to their software and make it one enrollment portal to make it easy. So you don't have to have 2 different portals to enroll 2 different plans. We can put it all in one plan. Of course, that takes time to do that. So we have to prepare it in advance. So the bigger companies, we're already preparing months in advance because we need time to upload and download their entire employee census, right? But we do it all the time. That's what we're known for. We're an expert in that. We're African and do that.
I do have a question because it's another lockdown coming soon. Is it too Colonial, or is it more strict now?
So your question was, you cut out there.
COVID.
Because of COVID, what was the question?
Oh, sorry. Is it a little more strict to apply for disability now because of COVID?
The only
say,
go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
Give an example, Kat. You were giving an example.
Oh no, I was saying because it feels like there's going to be another surge of COVID happening and people are going to lose their jobs again, maybe. Can they apply for disability now to prepare themselves for what's going to happen?
They should apply now, right? It's like trying to get car insurance after you wreck the car. It's too late. You need to apply now so that way you are prepared just in case.
Yeah, and it's not more strict now because of COVID.
No, the only strict part is how we can enroll them, because a lot of companies, especially the healthcare professionals, we can't come into their place of business. So we're going to have to do everything virtually. So virtually can be by Zoom. We have what they call co-browsing. We have a call center that can call in. So when it's called in, it's actually recorded. So your verbal statement that's recorded is considered a verbal signature. So there's plenty of ways that we can enroll virtually instead of coming in person. Yes, that's the traditional way. I miss the traditional way because I'm a people person. I want to be right in front of your face because you can't say no to me to my face, but you can over the phone possibly. But yes, it doesn't change as far as eligibility or the requirements to have the benefit. It just changes how we can conduct the business, which would be like a Zoom to possibly meet your HR person, Kat, at where you work. So you can introduce me and I can explain to them how this will help their company.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Hey, you have a couple more fans over there. This is Garth here saying that you have he has one for his business and he highly
That's right.
recommends, and that he says that you are such an expert, and I could not agree more. Garth, thank you so much for watching, and for everyone who's watching us today, I would like to thank you. You know, Rose, you were worried about what we're going to talk about today, and we're at the bottom of the hour, and that kind of went so very fast, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
Yeah, so there's really no shortage of things to talk about when it comes to prevention and being prepared for the things that we wanted to get prepared for the most. Especially now, you know, people have time to stop and think, what happens next? What do we do? Where do we get help? Where do we get the funds to stay afloat? And you know how to get about trying to thrive through the current times. COVID is a surprise to all of us. And there was a funny meme online that was circulating that says, I don't know why we shouted Happy New Year for, for 2020 when here it is. But you know what? I'm kind of guilty because I said, bring it on 2020. And
That's right.
so here we are, right?
It sure did.
But you know what? It's going to make us even stronger. And to those that are hanging in there, and please do hang in there, this is going to pass. And it's just going to make us stronger, more prepared. And this is one of the reasons why we have a benefits counselor on our call today, so that we're going to get even more prepared for the future, not just now. Because again, what good is your car insurance when you're calling in when your car is already wrecked, right? So again, thank you so much, Rose, for coming in. Thank you, Colonial Life. Thank you for being a part of our team, Rose, as well, too, in the business, in the chamber, as friends. And I'm so glad to have people like you, like Kat. You guys are such an expert on your field that I'm just so blessed to have it. I think it's in one of the books that I've read before. It says that I don't have to know anything or everything. I just need to have people who know it around me, right? That is the best. That's the best. It's that what's that book? The popular book. I cannot think of it right now. Oh my god.
Oh
my gosh. Somebody is ahead.
Is it by Carnegie?
Think and Grow Rich. Thank you so much.
Think and Grow Rich. That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Think and Grow Rich, and it's the Bible of entrepreneurs like you and me. And yes, you don't have to know. Oh, that's Edison who said that, I think so too.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, that I don't need to know all of these. I don't need to be an expert in everything. I just know how to have experts around me so
That's
that we can produce something so much bigger than we can on our own, right? In
Absolutely.
unity, we can prosper. In unity, we can survive. So with that, I'm going to say thank you, Rose. Any last words?
Thank you again for sponsoring my event today, having me as your speaker. And thank you to my family, my friends, my clients that are viewing today. I really appreciate your support. And I'm here to be of service to you. It's not about me, it's about you and what I can do to help you. So thank you, everyone.
But before that, I know, hold on a sec, sorry. Before I forget, because I have this train of thought. Before I forget, Rose, would you like to introduce our next week's presenter? This week they couldn't do it, but they said that they were able to do it next week, right?
Yes, sure. Next week, we have Heartland Business Resources. They are a leader in payroll services, in credit card processing. I've been doing business with them for the last few months. They've helped me and my clients be able to apply for PPP, whereas the other banks already ran out of funds. They had a portal, a marketplace for SBA loans. So that was very helpful. Shall I give my personal information, those who want to contact me, either through FACC
that was our
or
next.
through my Facebook?
That's the next up. Go ahead, Rose.
So I don't know if you've noticed, I have two Facebooks. My alter ego, which is Zumba Rose, and then my professional Facebook, which is Rose Pasquel. You can reach me through FACC, or you can give me a private message through my inbox under Zumba Rose or Rose Pasquel, and I'll be happy to assist you in whatever I can do to help you, your business, your family, your clients. That's what I'm here for. So thank you again for all your support.
Well, thank you again, Rose. There, our FACC SLAA master behind the scenes have put it up on on the screen for you. But don't worry, guys. Rose is everywhere. You will find her if you look for her. I'm a testimony to that. And you also have the board of directors of the Philippine American Chamber of Commerce of South Bay, Los Angeles area to just tap onto and ask for any resources that we have on our membership list, or maybe beyond that, because this is what we do. We want to connect business to business, people to people, and this is one of the services that is beneficial when you are a part of the chamber. So this is an invitation to become a part and member of the Filipino American Chamber of Commerce of South Bay, Los Angeles area. And unabashedly and a shameless plugging, we are one of the best chambers out there. just and I just have to say that because we have the best teams on board. We have the best people on board. I can not ask for any more better group of people that are working every single week. We have meetings every single week. We think about how we're going to better ourselves in order to be of service to you. We have something really big coming towards you next month, and also for the Filipino History Month celebration. Really, really big. So what kind of amount of a chamber is out there that's still thinking about these things, amidst everything that's going on right now? We have you in mind. We have Kat Iniba here, who is our master in production. And, again, right, I'm not an expert, but if I have experts around me, they make me look good, actually. So, thank you so much, guys. Kat, any last words?
No, I just want to say we have a wonderful leader, Janice. Thank you.
Yes, we do.
Never leave this about me. But thank you, guys. Have a blessed Friday. Have a blessed weekend. And we will see you next week, this coming Friday, with Heartland. Be prepared with your questions. You can watch us in our Facebook channel. You can also watch us with the YouTube channel of FACC SLAA, where you can watch us through some of the board of directors Facebook channels as well. And if you have any problems reaching to us or trying to find us, just hit us with a message. We will be able to help you with that. All right. Well, thank you. Happy Friday. Stay safe. Wear your mask. We don't have masks right now because we are alone.
We're virtual.
We're virtual, and we don't have anybody within our 6 feet next to us.
Right.
And we are in our home. So this is our safe haven, safe place. So with that, stay home, stay safe, and stay healthy. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.